One of the most common questions I ever get as a public speaker is, aren't you ever afraid? Well, today, I'm going to share with you 5 practical tips of how you can overcome your fear of speaking and go to the next level. Stick around. Hi, it's the Trigger, Rich Bontrager. Welcome back for another Leaders and Communicators. And we all struggle with the idea of public speaking. It's a natural fear that we all have. So today I'm going to help you by sharing from my 25 years as a professional speaker, as a pastor, as a leader. I'm going to share with you what I've learned to help me overcome my own fears of public speaking and maybe be able to help you here today as well. Also, stick around for the very end of it. I'm going to have some helpful, practical tips, a tip sheet just for you to help you to actually apply something and grow better as a public speaker. So let's get right into it. 5 practical tips on how you can become a better public speaker and overcome that dreaded thing called fear. First of all, number 1, just realize we all have fears about public speaking. There's not a single person that does not speak publicly that does not have that fear of speaking. It's natural because speaking in public is not natural. This is a skill set that you must learn. Now, there are those that may have a great voice. They may have that ability to hold the audience captive. But believe me, they have taken time to overcome the fear of stepping up and being in front of a crowd. It takes practice to develop these skills, so do not give up because you are afraid. Instead, realize everyone before you is always afraid. So, as we go through this video today, write down your comments. What's your biggest fear about public speaking? Let me know. Put it right down in the comment bar. I like to start a conversation to better help you and serve you with your fears. So go down below. Give me a comment. What's your number 1 fear or number 2 fear about getting up and speaking in public? Now, number 2 is fear can be a good thing, actually. Really? It can? Yeah, fear can be a very good thing. When fear is used properly, fear can help you in great ways. For example, after a while, many of us will speak on the same topic. We'll use the same stories over and over again. We may repackage how they're used, but you use the same content to tell the same message. The trouble is, you can lose your focus, your passion, the intensity, the believability of your message can be completely taken away if you have no fear of not achieving your goal. The whole reason I speak is because I want to change lives and help people and make an impact in our world. If I ever lose that fear of losing that ability of doing my best that I can, I'm no longer really achieving my goal. The fear that I have inside that check me on mission and purpose helps me to stay on track with everything I do as I present. Fear can be a good thing. Now, number 3, just be yourself. Yeah. It took me a while to learn that for a while because there's so many great speakers out there. We want to emulate some of the best that there are. However, just be you. One of the things that I realized was I don't want to be a professional speaker and get up there with that intensity and stand behind that little pulpit or podium and be that intense speaker. I'm a conversational guy. So when I speak, I often will roam around. If I don't have a wireless microphone, one of those headset mics, I feel tethered to a handheld mic and I cannot do the same performance, the same effort that I do if I'm free. I've had to learn who I am. So I'm not there to give you a talk. I'm there to have a conversation. And I just get to be the one that leads the conversation. And I get to be myself and have a good time doing it. So the 4th thing, learn to be confident. And this is probably the one that so many people miss in this. So let me make it very clear. You are to be a confident person because you've been asked to speak. Someone already believes in you. Someone already thinks you're going to do a great job. They already know what you want to talk about. They maybe have heard you speak before. You already own the crowd, so to speak, because someone else is going to promote you, say you're an expert, so you can confidently walk on up, and you don't have to sell yourself. You don't have to push yourself. You just simply need to walk up, and again, be yourself as you give your talk. Stop second-guessing yourself on if you should talk or if the talk is good enough. Once you start getting those phone calls, those emails, or requests, let the confidence build you up and say, you know what, I am good enough to do it, and they already believe me. I already have the crowd in my hands from the very beginning. That goes to a previous talk about how you craft it, how you keep the audience. Go up above, find that link, hit that, and it will talk about some elements of helping you craft a great talk because you already own them anyways. And finally, learn to take constructive criticism. This is kind of a hard one to learn, but it's very much a necessity of every talk you do. You need to have a feedback loop. How'd you do? Did you hit the mark? Was it clear and sharp? Did you achieve the goals that the individual wanted when they hired you to come in and speak? Now, the best way to do that is to have a critique form. And here's a secret. Often, many of us send those out after the fact. So they get done with the event, you go home, and then you send it out. Now, that's one way of doing it. But rather, have your evaluation form on hand, give it to them right on the spot, maybe even before the event begins, and people can critique you and tell you highs and lows, goods and bads, and take it all as positive feedback. Because then you can sift through them and see what the real story is of how you're really doing. Maybe one of your illustrations did not work as well. Maybe you weren't as sharp on that point that you really wanted to hit, that they really wanted to have you nail down. Now, I'm going to help you with that today. Down below, underneath where you give all your comments and stuff, go down to the description bar. In the description bar will be a link, and you can get a free tip sheet. Just an example. You can change it, edit it, do whatever you want to make the tip sheet good for you. But it gives you basic elements of how to do this, so every time you speak, you always have a built-in feedback loop. And again, I highly recommend you use this right on the spot. So there you have it, 5 simple tips to help you overcome that dreaded thing called fear in speaking. Know that you're all afraid of it. Everyone is. Remember, fear can be your friend. Simply be yourself, be confident, and accept constructive criticism along the way. I hope this helps you with your next talk as you prepare to get back up and speak well and lead well. For now, I'm the Trigger Rich Bontrager saying God bless, have a great week. Give me a like, give me a share, give me a comment, subscribe, hit that little bell so you never ever miss another Leaders or Communicators video here on my YouTube channel. Once again, have yourself a great week and we'll see you next week.